and get my notes up. Keep me on track. So I'll only give it a few minutes and then we will get going. So, hey, Sally Ann. Hey, Rose. Hope you are both very, very well. Let me know in the comments where you're from. Sally Ann, obviously, I know where you're from. But let us know in the comments anyway. So I've had over 50 responses to the ad that I put out, which is absolutely fantastic. And I'm recording this for all of the beautiful women that couldn't join us just because of time zones. So, like Western US and Canada and Australia and all of those places. So, this is being recorded, and I am going to try and keep this quite short. Lincolnshire, Sally Ann, and hi, lovely. I'm from the UK in Cambridgeshire. Fantastic. So I want to get going, just because I don't want to take up too much of your time. So we're seeing as and when people start to join. So it's probably a good idea for those of you that don't know me if I introduce myself to you. So I work as an Akashic guide, teacher, um, tarot reader, moon lover, and author and creator of the Akashic Soul Alchemy Oracle deck. And I've spent many years on this spiritual journey, studying, practicing, teaching. But at the same time, I'm also human and I'm walking my own path, right? And I'm growing and I'm learning and I don't know it all, right? Part of my journey is very much to learn through this human experience that I'm on as well. So I wanted to talk about the vision for the magazine because I think, hi Rose, I think that's really important. So it came to me that a magazine, a collective space would be something absolutely incredible for spiritual women that want or need a space where they can share their genius, they can share their own authentic story, they can share their teachings as well. So it exists as a living space for spiritual insight, healing, and of course, the human experience. It's really devoted to real stories of awakening, of growth, of teaching, and transformation. And I think this is important. It's not about being perfect, it's not about performance, it's about your truth, right? We all have our own truths, we all have our own unique gifts, challenges, lessons that we need to learn in this lifetime. So it's a home for voices who walk a spiritual path. That doesn't mean you have to be working spiritually, although, of course, that's a great advantage. But if you are walking a spiritual path and learning as you move forwards, then this is definitely the home for you. I would love to really focus on, different spiritual modalities, for one of a better word. So if you're a therapist, a healer, a coach, a counselor, a witch, a tarot reader, an Akashic record reader, the umbrella is limitless, right? And I think that that's really, really important. Even if you're, a creative, but living a spiritual life, you have a story to share. We all have stories to share. We have all been through trauma, growth, up level, disappointment, loss, all of those things. We've all got a story to share. And I think that that is also really, really important. So this is the vision of the magazine, is for us all to come together to share our story, to share our knowledge, our wisdom, our learning, all of those different things. I want it to be, I would like it to be grounded, embodied, and human. And I think from my perspective, there's a lot of people in the spiritual realms that are using language that people don't understand. Right. And that's where the grounded energy I feel really, really needs to come from is that, we're here to inspire and teach and help others through our stories. And if we're using words and phrases that people don't understand, it becomes very hard to connect, in my opinion. So the more grounded it is in reality in some respects, but sharing your gifts in other respects. So I think, a mixture of both is going to be really, really important. So show your human side, show you're not perfect. Show that, you've had your own lessons to learn. You've had your own dark night of the soul or whatever it may be. It's very much about that story. It's about your genius and your knowledge. And it's important for me that we are sharing from a space where there is no competition, where there is no leader. No, I'm not here to be the boss, right? I'm here to curate the space for everyone, not to, run this. Rigidly, right? This is an open space for creativity more than anything. I'm not here to tell you who to be, how to show up, or any of those things, right? I'm just here to support that space for people. So, as I'm going through, if you've got any questions, then do drop them in the chat because I'm very open to questions, suggestions, and all of the things. This is very new for me as well. Okay. So the publication, I created it because so many spiritual people are doing such meaningful work and they've got nowhere to really share their stories, their knowledge, their genius, right? What I'm seeing, and you can agree with this or disagree with this, is that everything at the moment is rewarding short form. It's rewarding things that are fast paced, right? Where we don't actually get to know people. If you think about TikTok and YouTube shorts and all of those things, it's very fast paced and it doesn't really give us the opportunity to really share our knowledge. And those TikTok videos and things like that, they disappear very quickly unless someone's going to really scroll through all your videos and all of those different things. So, I'm not dissing TikTok in any way. What I'm trying to get across is that through writing stories, the publication is always going to be there, right? It's going to be something where people can really connect rather than a 30-second video. They can connect through your story. And I think that's really, really important. And like I say, there's so many people that have got so much to share at the moment. And, you know, if you're anything like me, social media, I struggle with, right? I struggle with the consistency, showing up 3 times a day, creating content, and all of those things. Yeah, I find it very easy to write an article or a story. So certainly for those of you that find, social media very, very draining, like I do, I think this is a fantastic option to help to bring you into the limelight, to help you to make that connection. For me, this is very much about connection, community. It's also a lot of bullshit 3 times a day. It's all about alignment and intentions. That's what we've learned. 100%. 100%. So that's important, right? Alignment is absolutely key in helping us to connect with our community. So the spiritual insider, is definitely there to help shift that narrative, right? It's offering you a space to share lived experiences. And those lived experiences matter more than polish, right? It matters more than perfectionism because it's real and it's authentic. And it's allowing us our own space for our own growth. I find that if I journal, so if I'm writing something, I actually learn from that writing. So writing articles and sharing your thoughts and stories and all of those things, you may actually learn something from your own musings and your own, writing things down, which I think is fantastic. So it's definitely a space that is for people that are not seeking to teach from a pedestal, and that's really important, right? It's about sharing from the heart. So for me, that's what I would like to see from the contributors, from for those that know that wisdom doesn't only come from mastery, perfectionism, but from actually listening, feeling, living, and allowing life to shape us, right? We're always going through change. There's always something to, I'm going to say heal, but I don't actually mean heal, right? Because for me, it's about remembrance, right? We were perfect. Our soul is perfect. But the term healing is used quite a lot, so you may resonate with that a little bit more. But the more that we are sharing our gifts and our knowledge, the more that we're actually bringing awareness to ourselves of where we are in our own journey. And it's bringing presence to ourselves as well, which I think is also really, really important. So, the magazine is definitely for you if you walk a spiritual path and you value depth, reflection, and lived experience. You feel called to share insights, stories, learnings, teachings from your own journey. If you work with or are drawn to healing therapy, coaching, intuition, energy work, crystals, the moon, intuitive living, all of the things, right? The it's very broad in what I feel would be really, really beneficial for the magazine. You believe spiritual growth is ongoing, and us being humans is not a finished state of, what we're here to be or experience. You want to write or read pieces that feel honest, grounded, and real. You're curious, open, and respectful of many spiritual paths, perspectives, teachings, all of those things. And you feel resonance with spirituality that is integrated into everyday life, not separated from it. Okay. So, like I said, it is open to healers, intuitives, readers, moon lovers, crystal lovers, witches, however you want to call yourself, right? That there's a big brand. You do not have to have all the answers. That's not what the magazine is about. It's about, us sharing what we've experienced and what we've what knowledge, we have, what lessons we've learned. Sharing your process is really, really powerful. As well, you can share questions, quotations, it's all welcome within the publication. Okay. Let me see what else I need to cover. Oh, who this is not for, and this is really, really important. If you're looking up for a platform that's focused on selling, promoting, lead generation, all of that, Medium is not the place for that. Okay. Yes, absolutely. If you've got a freebie or something like that, then yes, put it in your post. If you're just starting out on Medium, then I would say don't put anything out at the moment. Just encourage comments and likes and things like that, right? and start to build up that momentum first before you start offering freebies. Certainly until, we reach a certain stage, I wouldn't promote paid for things. Okay. Um, it's not for anyone that wants to position themselves as an authority, without making room for that growth that we all need to go through. It's not for those that are seeking rigid belief systems, dogma, or one right spiritual path, right? Because there isn't one. Are unwilling to engage with other voices respectfully and prefer that fast paced, like surface level content that is designed for trends rather than depth. And are not open to different spiritual perspectives or lived experiences. Okay, so there is no competition, there is no hierarchy. This is really built as a collective energy, right? And I'll tell you why. Because, so this came through to me in November, and I started the Spiritual Insider on the 1st of December. I feel that 2026 is the year that connection starts to become really, really important. Okay, so it's not about growth for growth's sake. It's not about building something fast or flashy. It's about growth. It's about networking. It's about communication, connection, and all of those things. So for me, connection and community above competition. It's very much about supporting each other rather than striving, and it's about collaboration rather than isolation. I feel we've been in isolation since the beginning of COVID, and we've never really got back to that collaboration with each other, that community that we need. And so many people, like I've said, are doing such meaningful work, but they feel so isolated and alone. So, that's a big part of this magazine, is to really connect with each other. Okay. And that's why it's so important to me, for not for me to write a magazine on my own, but to connect with all of you at the same side, right? I'm absolutely not the boss. I'm literally just here to hold the container and share my stuff, of course. So I contribute to the magazine in the same way that you will, right? With my thoughts, my stories, and my teachings and all of those things. I'm open to ideas, suggestions, collaborations, and all of the things. So never be afraid to message me if you have an idea for the publication, you want to become an editor, or, whatever it may be. Now, I am new to Medium as well, so I started this on the 1st of December. I'm still learning the I'm still learning the website. I'm still learning all of the different things that go with Medium. So some things may take a little bit of time for me to get used to. I do already have a collaborator on there, so I've managed to get her on there, so that should be good. Um, yeah, I may need a little bit of time. If anyone's got any suggestions, can be a little bit of a difficult website to use, but once you get to know it, it becomes a little bit easier for sure. So, I've talked a little bit about why the shared space matters, because I think we all need connection rather than, branding and being out there on our own. Shared ideas and reflections, the opportunity to connect with others and ask for ideas, but also to be able to show support as well. So, I would really, really suggest that, if you want to come on board, comment on other people's posts, follow them, clap for them, get to know them. So I'm thinking that maybe some form of group or WhatsApp or Telegram where we can get to know each other. I don't want it to be a space, that's moving fast paced and all of those things and tings are going off all the time. I'd like to create um, perhaps a reflective space, a community space where we can get to know each other, where we can support each other. If someone's feeling unsure about anything, they can ask. So I'd love to know if you would prefer WhatsApp, Facebook group, Telegram. I'm not a great Telegram lover, I will admit. So what kind of space? For me, I think probably a Facebook group is better. But again, open to suggestions because I mean, I have my phone off most of the time because it just tings continuously. So I do think a Facebook group would be better. Facebook, WhatsApp from Sally Ann, Facebook group. I think that because then you can go and look at it in your own time rather than constant tings going off. So I'll set up a Facebook group for all of those that do want to come and join. Um, so it is very, very small at the moment. I think there's something like 17 followers. So it is going to be something that grows slowly because that's the way Medium is set up. We need to get out there. We need to start connecting with other people. So not just people within the group and within the magazine, but with other people that are on Medium as well. So it's not going to be something that's fast paced. It's not going to grow really, really quickly. It's very much something that's going to evolve organically, slowly. So, um, what else do I need to share? Um, so this is definitely an invitation for us to connect together. So I'll talk a little bit about kind of what I expect as the space holder. Absolutely no pressure. Okay, there are no quotes. Do you have an idea of how you're starting this? What will go into the magazine? Yes, so I started it on the first, so I have been posting every day, just to start building that momentum. So I've started with a few random posts. I am currently in the middle of a 30-day reset, so taking readers through a 30-day reset, which is really, really powerful. I have a beautiful client called Natalia, who is also now writing, as that's part of her mission and her purpose. So she puts a couple of posts up. So she's actually, which is really, really helpful. So please do go and check it out. She is writing about writing and her story of how she kept putting it off, not feeling good enough to write and get her story out there, and all of those things. So her articles or her story is absolutely fantastic. So very, very inspiring. She's getting lots of amazing comments and things. So what I see, what if I explain what I'm looking for, it may explain the magazine a little bit more. So you can post as and when you want to. Okay, that's really, really important. There is no pressure. Sorry. So no quotas to fulfill, no posting schedules, and no expectation. Okay. You can write every day if you wish, once a week, occasionally, or just when you feel inspired to come and write something. So there's no like minimum words or anything like that. It's all about you writing authentically and what you want to share. If you want to share one paragraph, share one paragraph. If you want to share, I don't know if there's a word count maximum on Medium, but if you want to write a short story, then write a short story, right? I'm not putting any pressure on anyone. It's about you showing up authentically in flow and writing whatever it is that you want to write about. Okay, I'm just holding this space for you. Okay, what I suggest that you do is have your own Medium account, post on your Medium account, then submit the story to the Spiritual Insider, and I will read it and then publish it. Okay, and then I'll give you claps and comments and all of the things, right? When you've published something, especially when you've published something, I would spend at least 10 minutes on Medium, following other people, um, following following other people, commenting on other people's posts outside of the publication, so that you are not only building your own following, but you're helping to build the magazine as well. So having your own following is going to be important for your own authority and, all of those kind of things, and maybe even potential clients and all of those things further down the line. So that allows you to grow your own body of work that you can share on social media if you feel drawn, or your email list, and it builds your own personal presence on Medium. Um, what else do I suggest that you do? Of course, comment and clap on everyone within the publication, but be authentic. Like if something doesn't resonate, not everything is going to resonate with us, but what we want to do is support each other through this growth, support each other's stories and teachings and all of those things. So that's really, really important. Is there anything that I didn't answer? Do you have an idea on how you are starting this and what will go into the magazine? So, yes, so it can be stories, it can be articles, it can be teachings, it can be thought processes, it can be questions, it could be, you can start your own column to answer questions, like I don't know, I can't think of anyone famous. Um, that had their own column, like a Dear Jane kind of thing. You could start your own astrology column. Like I am open to everything because this is your space. This is how you want to show up, right? So there are no hard and fast rules other than you're authentic and you want to share to inspire and help others to grow. Okay. Um, is there anything else I want to share? Um, I think that's probably all I really want to share. Oh, there is one other thing. So I've mentioned that it will grow slowly and authentically and organically. Oh, thanks, Sally-Ann. Um, so next steps. If you're feeling ready and you feel the nudge to come and get started, the next step's really simple. Message me with your Medium username and your email address, and then I can add you as an accepted writer, okay, or author. Um, there's absolutely no rush to do this. Do this in your own time. So if you're feeling curious but not quite ready, that's absolutely fine. As well, you're very welcome to follow the publication, get to know people, comment, and all of those things. I'll PM you in just, I'll PM you. I'm in just what I need to grow myself, 100% Sally Ann. So hopefully you're sharing essential oils and all those beautiful things. Um, Come in, get a feel for the space, and you can take the next step whenever it is that you are ready. This is not a now or never thing. You are invited to participate as and when the time is ready for you. Anyone that joins now will be a founder. At some point, if I'm guided to, then and the publication becomes quite big, there may be a fee to contribute. I don't know, not certainly not feeling that at the moment, but as a family member, you would never be charged. So trust the timing is probably all I can say, right? If this is meant for you, you'll know when it's the time. So let me know if you've got any questions. One last thing, I would like to invite you all to my free 7 day soul led reset, which I'm hosting on YouTube. Great thing to do before you start to write and connect and all of those things. So let me find the link. Should have had that organized, and drop that in for you. So this is again, no pressure. It starts on the 22nd of January. And what we're going to do are, I'm going to lead you through the Akashic Records. It's an Akashic Records um, challenge in very loose terms. So, day one, we're going to reconnect with who you are beneath expectations, roles, identity, pressure, all of those things. Day two, we're going to let go of old identities, fears, and patterns that keep you small or stuck. Day three, we're going to reclaim and call back your gifts, your intuition, your voice, and your inner authority. Day four, we're going to reconnect with your soul's direction and what feels truly aligned now. Day five, we're going to step into your next level energetically without forcing or pushing. Day six, we're going to ground the shifts so that they feel safe, embodied, and sustainable. And day seven, we're going to choose yourself, your path, and your next chapter with clarity and trust. So it's going to be an exciting 7 days. So let me put the link in for that. So if you feel drawn, then do come and join me on that. Right. Are there any other questions? I think I've covered everything. There was a lot to cover, and I wanted to get sure. Come on, voice, if you want to. Don't mind. Hey, Rose.
It all sounds great, Susie. Yeah. Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I was just. Yeah. No, this has been really great, really insightful.
Good. Good.
Yeah,
Keep
I
leaving
love
you. You're
the
going in
seven
and out.
day reset. I've just hmm, mm, yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
No, that's odd, isn't it?
Maybe I'm not meant to speak.
Maybe you're just not quite in that Wi-Fi range. I don't know. Yeah, type. That would probably be better. And then I'll catch all of it just in case I miss something and totally misinterpret what you're saying.
While she's typing, I think that's brilliant, Susie. I'm already thinking of other people that I know. Like I've got a friend who's an animal communicator, and she's one of the top ones in the UK, and she'd probably enjoy talking about that spiritual side. And there's a few other people I can think of. So can I just send them? You'll be able to send this link out to me so I can send it to them.
Yeah,
Is that the
absolutely.
best way?
Yeah, so what I'll do is I will send you the recording. Feel free to send it to anyone you feel would, feel like they would like to contribute. That's absolutely fine. Maybe give them a bit of um, a backstory rather than just a video of me chatting away. So yeah, absolutely. There is so much room for all of us, and I think the way that perhaps we've been taught is that it's a competition, and it really isn't a competition. There is space for all of us. We all have our own genius. We all have our own energy and the way to connect with others. And I feel really honored that this was downloaded to me, that I can host this space and connect with amazing, amazing people across the globe that have a story to share, right? And not only that, it helps us to get to know each other. And, through working and connecting with clients and all those things, we can actually refer people as well because we've got to get to know each other and we've got this circle of connections that we can share as well. I was also thinking that, maybe we come together once a month and have an aperitivo or a celebration for something, or, whatever it may be. Um, because I think that's worth doing as well, because that helps us to get each other known each other in social terms as well, because it's not just about work. We have amazing lives and amazing things that happen outside of life. So getting to know each other personally rather than just through business, I think would be amazing as well. So open to all of that as well.
That sounds great, Susie. I can see why you're so good at mentoring business women in their businesses.
Thank you, Sally. And yeah, I mean, obviously, it's something that I love to do. So, Rose says maybe I'm not meant to speak. Oh, I don't think that's ever the case. Is there anything you want to put in the chat that I didn't quite hear? No? Okay. So anyone can feel free to message me if you've got questions, suggestions, or of course, if you're ready to come and share your genius with the world. I can't wait to welcome you into the Spiritual Insider and get to know you a bit better. Awesome. Thank you so much, ladies. And thank you to everyone that's watching on the replay. I look forward to connecting with you all again soon. Ciao for now.